Should we do the intro?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to Name 3 Players. I'm your host, Victoria.
And I am Raegan.
And you are, in fact, Raegan. And this is, in fact, sports for the girls.
Name 3 players.
Name 3 players. Did I not say that? Oof. Tough. It's my first time. So, guys, this is Name 3 Players. Whether you're a dedicated sports girly or you don't know shit and you just need some bullet points for a hot date this weekend, we've got you covered. We're the girls that let you know what you need to know about sports, but also other stuff.
Heavy on the other stuff lately.
Yeah. These next couple of weeks, we are heavy on the kinda about sports.
Yeah.
Because we are in our glow up. We are in the glow up phase, our glow up era. We can say that because Chloe's not here to correct us. When we don't have a producer. See, if we weren't in dry January, we would be unleashed right now.
I know, but instead we have our mocktails in hand.
We do. We have our cute little, I made little mocktails for Raegan and I.
It slaps.
It slaps. We saw it on TikTok. Part of our glow up is we are doing dry January.
We've held strong.
We have held strong. It is day 10. I feel like I'm over the hump. What about you?
Yesterday I texted the girls. I was like, the way that I am fiending for a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Like, I just sounded so good.
Yeah.
But then I got home and drank a mocktail.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like the craving of like something other than water, because I've been chugging water all day.
It's like when my mom in the 90s tried to quit smoking cigarettes, and so she had like Jolly Rancher suckers.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, something to do with your hands.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing with the mocktail.
Yeah.
I had a beet juice in a wine glass yesterday while I was cooking, and I was like, it kind of looks like red wine. Doesn't taste like it. Tastes like the earth.
Sure doesn't taste
like dirt, literally. So,
damn.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
That's good.
But yeah, we are in our glow up. So we have a series going on right now for the next couple of episodes. We are calling it Glow Up 101. And we are having some badass women come on and tell us basically how to glow up.
Yeah.
So this episode, drum roll please.
That was like so bad. What was that?
I don't know. It's like a little pitter pattering. That was better. Okay. We have our fitness girly, Edith Cruz.
Yes.
Norris
is excited about
literally announcing something important. We have Edith Cruz on. So in our breakdown segment, or in place of our breakdown segment rather, we have an interview with her, and she is kind of going to cover our fitness sector of our Glow Up 101. We have been following her for a while, and Raegan interviewed her for their tips and tricks.
Yeah, so like Vic said, she's our fitness girly. We got to chat with her just about like her fitness journey, tips for the girls. So our first official guest, like I know my dad guest hosted, but our first official guest that we got to ask questions, learn a little bit more about their world.
Right.
Very exciting.
Yeah, and so basically our idea behind the Glow Up 101, we kind of talked about it last episode, but in this starting out 2024 glow up era, we are prioritizing a couple different sections of our life, if you will. So finances, mental health, fitness, and nutrition. And that's what we're focusing on personally, and from what we've heard from the girls, that's what they're focusing on as well. So we thought we would reach out to people in each of those communities that we feel are like experts in their fields and hear from them, because we're not experts. That's why we're glowing up with you guys.
Yes.
But these girls have already mastered theirs. So today, like we said, we have Edith Cruz on, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear.
Yes, our little fitness girl. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Great interview.
Yeah, I'm so excited. All right, catch us up. Wins and losses of the week. Let's hear it.
Well, to start off, just to call out the elephant in the room, my loss is this fucking cold. Do you know okay, follow me here.
Yes.
The musical episode of Even Stevens.
Niche. Yes,
when Rain has to stay home from school and she dreams the musical.
Yes.
And she wakes up with all these tissues around her.
Yes.
That was me at work today. I've never gone through so many tissues. I don't know how there's still stuff in my nose to blow. Like, I just don't get it.
Like, where does it come from?
Afrin's my best friend. So
you have to look up that Nate Bargatze skit.
Okay, well.
I'll send it to you after this, but it's really funny.
But that's my loss because, like, again.
And what's your win?
My win's, like, obviously the fitness of it all. Like, we've held strong.
Yeah.
Dry January, day 10, doing great.
How do you feel? Do you feel any different?
I mean...
Other than the cold.
Yeah, fuck. If it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah.
No, but this is so, like, sad. I don't know, but I texted the girls at work on Saturday. I was like, I can't even begin to tell you how amazing it feels to not even have a twinge of a hangover.
Yeah.
Not even, like, a hint of a headache. Yeah. Nothing. I felt great. So, like, it just has been nice.
Right.
Because, honestly, in my old age, my hangovers have been whooping my ass.
Yes. As you've heard.
As we all know. So, I feel good about that.
Yeah. I got to the gym Saturday morning, and I was like, oh, this is what this is like. Because I do sometimes go to the gym hungover to rid of the hangover on Saturdays. The sauna helps. Like, I can push through and do it. Oh, sorry.
Chloe!
Okay, seriously. Chloe, we need you. But yeah, I sometimes push through and go to the gym hungover. But being like so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Saturday morning at the gym, I was like, oh my God, who is she? This is so great. I'm like, you know what? I actually am going to do some cardio after this. Silly girl. I went had a little breakfast after at the cafe at the gym. I was like, the world is my oyster.
Truly. I was with Haley and Vinny on Sunday, just doing stuff around the house, and I did so much laundry on Sunday. I was so productive. I cleaned the whole kitchen. I was like, this might be enough to make me quit drinking. That's not gonna happen, but
instantly, it's not. But it's close.
But no, I get.
Close. I was talking at the gym this morning actually with a girl, which this keeps happening to us, where we're like, oh my gosh, dry January, we're sober, and then whoever we say that to is like, I've been sober for 4 years, and you're like, fuck me. Okay, it happened to us. What night was that? Friday night?
Yeah.
We were at dinner and we said it to his server like we were just being ourselves and being funny.
The worst part about that interaction is that we said it and he was like, oh, dry January. And then he came back and we doubled down and we were like, what do sober people do? We don't know what to do.
Okay,
and
also,
he was like, I've been sober for 6 years. It's fine.
Little thing about us is we're going to make you fall in love with us. It's like we're paid actors. You're our server, but you're going to be our best friend by the end of this. Yeah. You're going to go home and tell your roommate that you met 4 to 5 really funny girls at dinner and you had the best table. It doesn't matter who you are. You're a host, you're a valet, you're a server. You are going to absolutely adore us by the end of it as if it's our job. I don't even know if we fully enjoy dinner because we were putting on a show.
And that's showbiz, baby.
It literally is. It's like we never clock out. So this poor server was just trying to do his job and we were on one, just trying to make him part of our lives for some reason. And
we do that.
We do. I thought about it when we left. I was like, why couldn't we just let that guy do his
Listen here.
job? We're like, sit on down, buddy.
So true.
We're the opposite of Mean Girls. We're like, you're going to love us. So anyway, this guy, our waiter on Friday, sober for 6 years. We made a couple sobriety jokes prior that we absolutely all went silent when he said that. And I was like, I am so sorry. So anyway, that happened to me again today by myself at the gym. I'm telling the smoothie bar girl, which I, once again, for some reason, pull her into my narrative, all of them, and make them key players in my story. When they're just doing their job. And she was like, how's your week? And I was like, it's good. I'm sober. And then the guy overheard and was like, oh, you stopped drinking? Same guy from the podcast. He was eating at the cafe. And he's like, oh, you stopped drinking? And I was like, yes, it's killing me. And he was like, oh, yeah, It is at first, but like I'm 2 years in and like it gets easier. And I was like, fucking hell, dude.
No, sorry, I'm 5 days in and we'll be stopping after 30.
Where do we go from here? It's like, first, congratulations.
Yes.
That's incredible. Second, mine is a 30-day span. It has a hard stop on Feb 1. So, and then I was like, oh, no. I'm just doing dry January. And he was like, oh, that's not sobriety. I was like, very true.
Very true.
You are correct and I'm wrong. And I will leave here crying. I'll cry on my way home in the car. So if you're listening to this and you're sober, we're sorry. And
more power to you.
We are really proud of you. And it honestly is like so fucking cool. If you are cool enough to not need alcohol, like you're cooler than me.
Yeah.
Point blank.
So true.
Yeah.
So that's our glow up.
Yeah.
But yeah, my win, I guess, just to tie that up in a bow real quick.
Yeah.
My win is just that it's going well. We're holding strong. I'm in the gym. I started a round 2 of Edith's program, which we're going to chat about later too. And I'm feeling good.
Good.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What
I'm proud of you. My win is the same. So I'll tie that up in a bow twice. 2 bows. My win is that I am also in my health and fitness journey. I haven't really changed anything from 2023. I've just kind of amped it up for these 30 days. I've been like plugging in some more cardio, just kind of like figuring out my groove for 2024. Fitness is all about, which Edith will talk about, but it really is about like finding what works for you.
Yeah.
And as women, our hormones are changing constantly. Our lifestyles are changing constantly, especially at this age. I feel like it's so important to just like figure it out, trial and error, find what works for you. And whatever I was doing, like at one point stopped working. And so I've just been trying to find new things. So yeah, I've been in that gym.
Yeah, you have.
Eating healthy, and I've been not drinking.
Hell yeah. We're doing great.
We're doing great, sweetie, if you even care. My loss is that I am not going to the Chiefs game this Saturday because it's too cold.
Yeah.
Can I be real with you? I've gone back and forth a few times because I'm like, am I a fake? Am I a fraud? Because I don't want to go.
So my answer is no, but then I saw a tweet that like tickets are now $50 for the upper level.
People aren't going.
And
Think
people
of
are
how
like
miserable it's gonna look when people aren't there. Raegan,
you're not a fake fan.
so you don't feel like this. You haven't had the thought of like,
I haven't had that thought, no. And here's why. It's not because we're not going solely because it's cold. It's because we're not going. One, because I do have to work right up until kickoff, so selfishly, that's the reason there. 2, we're not drinking. So we are good. I'm saying we are going to, like, usually whenever it's cold, we're like, oh my God, it's fine. It's fun. We're drinking. It's blah, blah, blah. But like stone cold sober, like, it's okay. We're just like in a glow up era, and like the Chiefs tailgating scene.
We have to do it from the warmth of our home. It makes me feel a little sad. Like we're like, oh, the morale is low, but like we're the morale and we're low.
There will be plenty of people there.
Okay, well I hope you're right.
I promise you that.
Tyreek Hill's gonna be like, wow, you guys have changed. That was my loss, and it's been plaguing my mind.
You're a good fan. See, that shows that you're not a fake fan.
I know. And then I saw like was talking to a friend who has like a couple of spots in their like club level, and they were like, come, and I was like, that's still like sober. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, on a Saturday night?
That would tempt me. Like I would probably break dry January.
100%. And I have, so as we know about myself, I'm a little intense when it comes to everything, really. But I've made some like punishments if I break it, and they're intense. So I wouldn't go to Mexico. I would cancel my trip to Mexico.
Goddamn.
I know.
The people you're going to Mexico with listening to this, like, were you going to let us in on that, or?
No, because I'm not breaking.
Okay.
But because the other night I was absolutely, when Chloe and I were talking about going to the game and like had tickets and everything scheduled and figured out, I was like, okay, we were like, she literally sent it in invisible ink. I'm sorry, I'm telling your secret, Chloe. She sent the message in invisible ink and was like, if we do it there, no one will know. She said it in invisible ink. And she's like, it's just us two. How will they know? And I was like, oh my God, you're right. So then I had a moment where I was like, okay, we've got to put some freaking boundaries in place. We got to put some punishments in place. And I was like, but you can't go to Mexico. You drink one sip, you're not going to Mexico.
That's strong.
Yeah. So my ass has to be on a beach within 30 days.
Yeah.
So I will not be drinking.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. Honestly, here's this. If we win and we go on to play, if we win the next 2 games, there is a very high chance that the AFC Championship will be back at Arrowhead, and we go to that.
Yeah.
We will go to that.
Even if it's freaking freezing, we're going to go.
Exactly.
The last AFC Championship, we froze our asses off and we had the time of our lives. Perfect.
So
almost got in a fight, but it's okay.
That's okay.
All right, so that's our wins and losses. Want to lead us into our recap?
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
Cold.
Our recap segment is where we do just that. So there's only really one like notable thing from our stories last week to recap, and then we're gonna recap week 18, the final week of the NFL regular season.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna make our picks for Wild Card Weekend. So
Wild Card Weekend.
Not a triple W. Anyway.
WCW. Like Women Crush Wednesday.
Oh.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Let's bring it back.
We should. Okay.
Just each other.
Just a rotation between me, you, and Chloe on the feed.
That's actually so funny.
People would be like, huh? Okay, so the first thing to recap, the national championship was earlier this week. Michigan beat Washington 34-13.
Boo.
We knew that was going to happen, so
yeah.
There's that. There is a clip of the Michigan football team
being lame
in the locker room singing For He's a Jolly Good Fellow.
What?
Yeah.
Has to be an inside joke.
I don't know, but hated it. So
yeah. There's so much. I'm going to keep it light and airy.
So that's that on that.
Yeah. I just really don't like them. And it's not even the Ohio State of it all in me. Well, it's not. It's just I don't like them. I don't
villain.
like him. I think...
Him being Jim Harbaugh? Or
yeah.
John Harbaugh?
Jim. John's the NFL coach.
Either way.
If you want to hear more about that, go back to episode 32.
JJ McCarthy, hate him too?
I don't hate him. Seems like a fine guy. I just think he's a dweeb.
Sure.
Yeah. Our friends are great videographers, and they did get a really cool shot of him signing the camera. Very cool. Shout out Aaron. That was awesome.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. He's signing the camera screen. It was, well, it's not literally the screen, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that was really cool. So good for them. But yeah, I just think he's a dweeb, and like, yeah, that's all. I think you're a dweeb.
JJ, if you're listening,
you're a dweeb.
Okay.
JJ, if you're listening, lame.
So going into our...
My dad, hold on. I do have to say one thing my dad said. Because he called me after. I'm really not an Ohio State fan. Like, I am by proxy, but like, my dad is a big Ohio State guy, and my family is as well. But my dad called me after, and he's like, "Are you watching this?" in his post-game interview. And I was like, "Yeah, like, whatever, he's a dweeb." And he's like, "Zero swag on that kid."
Todd! He's not wrong.
No, he's not. But I'm also like, swag? Like, do you know what that means? Zero swag on that kid. So,
oh my God,
you heard it here. Todd and I are in agreement.
Yeah. Okay. Moving into our Week 18 recap. Chiefs beat the Chargers 13-12 in a fucking snooze fest.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. Saw some promising things from 2 wide receivers, McCall Hardman.
Which...
Yeah, Justin Ross, great. Let's keep
Not
that
a Chiefs
up.
podcast, but our Chiefs fans, and we needed that.
On the other side of that, Justin Herbert cut his hair, and I want to know your thoughts on it. I texted the group chat, no one responded.
I will double down on the dweeb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, what?
That's my new favorite word, by the way. Have you?
I like
you caught
dork,
on?
but I like that for
Dork is so good. Dork.
Like, you're a fucking dork. If someone said that to me, I'd be like...
Phonetically, dork goes so hard. Dork. Dweeb is also like... Okay, so we've referenced this a few times. There is nothing more hurtful for someone to call it, especially a woman to call a woman. A man calling it to a woman, sure, whatever. But a woman calling a woman a dumb bitch, there's nothing worse.
No.
Stupid, a couple variations, stupid bitch, but dumb bitch, like, I don't know, I think it's the way it comes,
rolls off
the tongue, and it just sounds like it's a punch to the fucking soul. Dork does the same thing. It does, it hits you.
Dork.
Like, when you say dork, I'm like, whoa. You're a fucking dork. Because it means so much.
Yeah.
It's like a silly word that packs so much.
It's
And dumb bitch. Like,
that packs a hard
I
punch.
could call you the C word. I could call you so many things. And I'd be like, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
And you're like,
That's what would hurt me.
yeah. So dork, dumb bitch, equal sign.
Justin Herbert, equal sign.
JJ McCarthy, equal sign.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, no, I actually like Justin Herbert, but his hair is dweeby.
You don't like that. He should
Yeah.
have kept the long hair.
Also, like, why now? You gonna change it up? Pre-playoffs?
He can't even play.
Yeah, very true. Because of his...
They're not in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. But free playoffs in general, just playoff football. Also, I was watching the game with our friend Kenzie. I don't know why I said it like that. Got that. I was watching the game with our friend Kenzie, and she was like, Justin Herbert's not out there. And I was like, yeah, he's injured. And she was like, what's his injury? And I was like, what is his injury? And then I started thinking, and I was like, I was in the middle of cooking, and I was
finger.
like, oh my God, it's his finger. And she's like, it's his finger? And I was like, yeah, season-ending injury. And she's like, there's no way. I'm like, no, it is.
And then Jalen Hurts, his finger is inverted, and he's like, fuck with me.
Yeah. Scary.
Throwing up gang signs. All right, anyway, so Chiefs versus Chargers. Cool. Bills versus Dolphins. This had a lot of weight to it. Bills did beat the Dolphins 21-14, clinching the 2 seed. So Miami is now the 6 seed.
We bet on that one, yeah? Or did we both take the Bills?
No, we didn't make any bets last week. We were all...
So we both took the Bills.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought I chose Dolphins, and so I was rooting for them, but that wouldn't make any sense.
I kind of think maybe we both chose Dolphins.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Josh Allen's the turnover king, but still won the game because so is Tua. So they complement each other really well.
The battle of the turnover kings.
Damn.
Every time you say turnover, I think of a turnover.
My dad said he's the pastry chef, the turnover.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Clever.
Dolphins are leaving the game even more banged up than they were before, and so interesting.
Yeah. I'm so interested to see what version of the Dolphins we get. We meaning the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's such a mixed bag, which so are we. So
Very true.
battle of the mixed bags. Let's go.
Jags versus Titans. Jags shit down their leg. There was a lot riding on this. Their playoff berth, knocking the Bills out. I mean, fuck. And then they lost to the Titans, who were 5-11. And then the Steelers and the Bills both got in the playoffs, and Jags are out.
Yeah.
So that was fucking stupid.
Honestly, I felt bad for Trevor Lawrence.
I did too, but he is hurt.
Yeah.
But he kept playing, and everyone's like, oh, they're playing like the coulda, woulda, shoulda game with him, and it's like, okay, but that's the I hate when people are like, oh, but if Joe Burrow was out there, okay, well, he's not, and if Trevor Lawrence was healthy, okay, well, he's not,
Right.
So like everybody else needs to rise to the
That's
occasion.
actually my least favorite thing when fans of teams do, where they're like, oh, but if blank was there, like,
Yeah.
oh, but it's not. And that is also what is a sport.
Right.
That's why you have second string, third string, and that's why planning football and how we talk about like the romance of football of it all is this shit happens.
Yeah.
If Pat is out, are we going to be heartbroken? 100%. God willing, that never happened. But think of, like, when Chad Henne would step up. We're like, fuck yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, Andy Reid and Brett Veach saw what they saw in Chad Henne and kept him loose and kept him up to date. Like, he fucking kills it. And that's why planning out a team is so important. Yep. Because it's part of the grand scheme of it all.
Exactly. So, sorry, Jags. Jags and Titans, neither of you in the playoffs, so.
Bye.
Crazy.
None for Jags and Titans. Bye.
Bye. Next up, Broncos versus Raiders.
Raiders. You have such a hard time all the time.
I know.
You can't say it.
My teeth get in the way.
It's really you add an I after D.
Raiders.
Radiers. It's like radiators.
Raiders won 27-14. Did you see Antonio Pierce leaving the field?
No.
Antonio.
Antonio.
I'm not even drunk. Their interim head coach, Antonio Pierce, who
that
took
tart
over.
cherry juice is just sending you to sleep,
dude. Who took over once their head coach Josh McDaniels was fired. He led them the last half of their season was great.
Yeah.
And so when he was leaving the field, the whole fan sections by the tunnel gave him a standing ovation. Was going crazy. They want him as their head coach, but he's getting other nods. People want him as their head coach too. So I don't know.
Antonio Pierce, popular guy.
Good for the Raiders, I guess. And then my favorite, Eagles versus Giants. Giants schmacked the Eagles.
We've been saying this all season. This NFL script go crazy.
Yeah.
And this, wow. Did you see Sterling Shepard, his little scream at the camera? It pumped me up, honestly. I was like, am I a Giants fan? He was just like, when it matters, we're out here. He didn't say that. He didn't even say anything remotely close to that. I don't know. I'll send it to you. I don't know. But he basically is just yelling at the what? Camera.
Sterling Shepard. Woohoo.
Sterling Shepard is yelling at the camera.
Hyped you up.
And it was basically along the same theme of you guys talked your shit, you meaning us.
Uh-huh.
But here we are when it matters, we show up.
Yeah.
That was a Cliff's Notes of his monologue.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
I saw at one point the Eagles were down 24-0. So
yeah.
I was like, damn.
And if you're Jalen Hurts, you're just like...
Well, his finger was bent backwards.
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown was hurt. And then Nick Sirianni, their head coach, is just a bitch. He's a dumb bitch.
He is a dumb... Hey, Nick Sirianni is a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Least favorite coach in the NFL.
Him.
Nick Sirianni.
And he looks like the kid from Elf.
100% he does. You comparing a character to a Christmas movie. That's you. That's what
Well, I can't take credit. I did see that on Twitter. They are 1-5 since his little outburst at Arrowhead. So take that.
Talk your shit.
And back it up.
Yeah.
But you have not.
It's just his overall demeanor. I hate it, and I hate him, and I wish him nothing but unhappiness.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Flawless execution.
So
that's week 18. The regular season of the NFL is over.
Wow. That was quick.
It truly blinked, gone.
College football's over, and the regular season, and then college football is over. The regular season of the NFL is over. What do we have to live for?
We only have, this time next month, we'll be prepping for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Yikes. So speaking of, we have the first round of the playoffs. NFC. NFL wildcard weekend starts on Saturday.
Ravens have the first round bye, and then we have the Chiefs versus the Dolphins.
Say that again because you turned.
Oh, sorry. We have in the AFC, Ravens have the first round bye, and then we have the Chiefs versus the Dolphins, as we've discussed. Who do you have for that, Raegan?
I'm never gonna bet against the Chiefs.
Okay. Well, me either.
Are you confident in that?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said that a little shaky.
No, because I definitely have felt not confident in them this year, but I do feel confident about this game specifically.
Yeah.
I am interested to see Tyreek come back and be annoying. I'm sure that'll be annoying. So
yeah. It's gonna be below 0 at kickoff.
Yeah, and I saw I love when they pull data to make any headline, but they were like, the Dolphins haven't won a below 50 game.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Hey, data don't lie. Women in STEM.
They're little beach boys coming to the Midwest.
Beach boy. They're dolphins.
All right, so go Chiefs. We're never going to bet against the Chiefs.
Right. And then we have the Bills versus the Steelers.
Bills are favored minus 9.5, so damn. But if I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm like, cool, bet against me.
Right.
So.
And so that's it on that.
There's that.
Mike Tomlin fan. No, I agree. I think that I was shocked to see that spread.
Yeah. The Steelers are playing without TJ Watt though.
Right.
Their star pass rusher.
I was going to say that is reflecting that. But it still was one that typically, I mean, if you follow football, typically the spread isn't super shocking.
Yeah.
That was one though that I literally double checked it on 2 different things because I was like, huh?
Yeah. That'll be a good game. Who do you think is going to win?
Bills. I know against everything I just said, but
should I pick the Steelers?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chloe?
What? Just shook your wrong hand.
Okay. And then round us out for the AFC.
We have the Browns versus the Texans. Browns are favored minus 2.5. 2.5 is interesting here as well for me.
Yeah. I mean, the Browns got their quarterback off the couch this season and have been doing great with him.
Yes.
And then the Dolphins. The Texans have their little rookie head coach moment happening. That's
right.
very cute.
I love, as I've mentioned, I love CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
He's back. I'm going to take the Texans on this one.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Okay.
Actually...
Are we going to bet again?
I don't...
We should.
I think I'm going to take the Browns, and here's why. Not that I don't believe in CJ Stroud's abilities. However, a playoff game is a different ball game.
And he's never played in one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I hope that he can hold his own, but I am going to go with the Browns.
Shake on it. I shook the right way that time. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm a big CJ Stroud fan.
Yeah, same. But Joe Flacco's been doing some things.
You know what's so silly about TikTok?
What? A lot of things.
I am, somehow on CJ Stroud's TikTok.
Okay.
And it's, thirst traps of him, which make me feel really weird because, I don't obviously feel them.
He so does not seem like a thirst
no,
trap. No,
I know.
Dude.
I was on Joe... Remember when I was on Joe Burrow thirst trap
Yeah, but that
TikTok?
tracks.
Why would I be
No.
on...
Yeah. No, I don't know.
But, I don't even know how I get on any of... I'm not searching. Jacob Elordi is the only thirst trap TikTok that makes sense. And I'm very much on that. And I'm happy to be there. And I be liking those to keep it up. You know what I mean? I want to stay on that. But, the CJ Stroud, I'm like, what?
What do you have against CJ Stroud?
No, nothing.
I'm just kidding.
As mentioned, big fan. Joe Burrow, not a big fan. But, I'm just kidding. I like him. But, hate his team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how do I get there? Algorithm? I just want to know what data I typed in anywhere or said at any point that was this girl needs the Rihanna Big Boy song with just clips of CJ Stroud walking out of the tunnel. I was where is this coming from? Why is it on my screen? And I almost
so
feel
funny.
It's not weird, but I feel like it's weird, so I skip it really quick because I'm I don't like you.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, that is
And then Joe Burrow's even weirder. I'm I literally go to the dots that's don't show me this.
Yeah, not interested.
And they're like, is it harmful? Is it? I was
yes.
all of the above. Disinterested, harmful, abusive.
Everything. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so somehow on CJ Stroud TikTok.
Cute. Okay, and then on the NFC side of things, 49ers have the first round bye and will not be participating in the wild card weekend. But we do have Packers versus Cowboys. Cowboys are favored minus 5.5.
But Packers are back,
I mean,
baby.
they're on a roll.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, they beat us.
Yeah. And Jordan Love's, did you see his post-game interview? He was like, I'm happy to be here, man. Let's keep going. And I was like, honestly, preach, King.
Yeah. I like his attitude.
I like him a lot, and I like seeing him win.
Yeah.
TikTok, if you're listening, it doesn't mean I want him on my TikTok algorithm.
They are listening, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. Who are you taking?
I don't know. As much as I would love the Packers to win, I think the Cowboys will, because they have CeeDee Lamb.
I agree. Also, the name CeeDee is so silly.
And he spells it C-E-E-D-E-E.
I know, but like someone's seedy.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so silly. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's what I think of every single time. So yeah, I'm taking Cowboys as well, but I would like to see the Packers take it.
Yeah. All right. Rams versus Lions. This is the Lions' first playoff berth since 92.
Yeah, and I like
Before
it.
I was born.
I like seeing it.
Were you born? No, you're 93.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Damn. This is what's interesting to me, and I want to get your thoughts on this. So, Matthew Stafford, the quarterback for LA, used to play. He was a quarterback for the Lions, right? So this is a Lions home playoff game for the first time since 92. There's a rule, like any Lions fan that enters a stadium is not allowed to wear a Matthew Stafford jersey because he plays for the Rams. Dork behavior.
Yeah, that's weird.
Matthew Stafford's wife was like, that's so crazy because this is not the mentality he has going into the stadium at all. Like,
and also, he gave you years of his life.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Tell me you're new to winning.
That. Ew. Okay, and I felt so, warm and fuzzy about them getting in it.
But the thing is I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like that's, the team's direction.
But it's also, who decided that? That was just, a unanimous fan decision, but,
But they've, publicized it to be, the Lions have been, don't...
So then it is a team decision.
But, is it, the team, head coach,
yeah, but,
team?
if you're the head coach, you would go to ownership and be like, that makes us look like trash, take it down.
Right. Let's see.
Or, the manager of people, community manager or whatever. You say, hey, that's fucking weird. I still think the Lions are going to win, but it makes me feel less...
I know.
Warm and fuzzy about it now. I genuinely, was kind of rooting for them.
Yeah. I mean...
Not just in, this game, but, in general.
To make it?
Yeah.
I know. But it's, it's kind of that, new winner mentality. They don't really know how to handle it.
Ew.
People wear Tyreek Hill jerseys constantly.
Yes.
And there will be even more on Saturday.
Right.
That's just what you do.
And also, that's, you're paying homage to their roots. It's almost these are literal people that gave their life. Shut up.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So, it'll be interesting.
I love that you said, say you're new to winning. Say you're new to existing. That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And then the final game, Eagles versus Bucks.
Oh my gosh, they're only favored 2.5. I don't love the Buccaneers fan base. I think they're kind of annoying.
I've never really...
Maybe it's the Tom Brady of it all, actually.
Probably.
Yeah. If I really dug deep, it probably would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just shut up.
I mean, Eagles are in meltdown city. Bucks are kind of on a high.
Yeah.
Because they, clinched the playoffs. It wasn't a sure thing until last
100%,
week.
100%, yeah.
So.
Maybe that's why I'm saying they're annoying, just because I saw so many, we're so bad, posts, and I was like, my God.
That's crazy.
Stop acting like you've never won anything.
Yeah.
Don't act like you're new to winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles. But that spread, this is another one that, kind of surprised me. I thought they would have it, but I guess when you lose to the Giants,
I think I'm going to take the Bucks.
Really? Okay. Shake. Shake, shake, shake.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah. With having Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown both injured does make it a little bit interesting.
I know. A.J. Brown, if you don't know, is their, star receiver. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts, obviously, is a quarterback.
Obviously. With a hurt finger. Well, that wraps up our predictions.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll still have 2 rounds of predictions after this.
Yes.
Getting close. 3 rounds. Anyways, getting closer.
All right. Well, before we take you into our top 3 sports stories and let you know what you need to know, we do have a sponsor. And it is the Good Patch.
Yes.
The Good Patch are wearable patches designed to make each day just a little bit easier. Whether you need to look alive, find your zen, or clock in some beauty sleep, they've got you covered. Simply peel, stick, and wear for up to 8 to 12 hours. We suggest the Rescue for hangovers, relief for sore muscles, Cycle for that time of the month, and B12 for a little extra energy. Use code NAME3PLAYERS at checkout for 15% off your order.
Hopefully Chloe is using hers now that she's sick.
Oh, yeah, girl. Get that B12.
Get that B12, girl. All right.
Well, kind of a somber first note, but our first story is our NFL coaches are getting fired. They're dropping like flies.
Left and right. When I gathered this today, there were only 3 on this list, and by the end of the day, there was a 4th.
'Tis the season for NFL coach firings. It really is like that in every professional sport. As soon as, like, you don't clinch the playoffs, people start making cuts. The most shocking, I would say, is Tennessee Titans coach Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
With his back-to-back losing seasons, he did get the cut. That came out of nowhere for me. I had absolutely no inclination that was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, he did have these, like, last 2 losing seasons. He finished, like, both seasons they finished just under 500. But
it's not like he's new to the Titans, though.
No,
and
he's been there for 6 years, and the 4 years before that he had winning seasons. So it's like,
right?
Wait.
How is someone like the problem?
And he's like, the players respond well to him. Like, he is a good coach. So it just came as a shock to everybody. The owner said that she did, like, explore trading him, but she didn't want to, like, she basically was like, I didn't want to sit around and wait for that.
Yeah. And it's not like he's like, because I do believe that at some point you do, like, it's not all the time, but, like, you outgrow a coaching position if you're, like, too old and you're, like, playing old football.
Yeah.
And you're, like, stuck in your old ways. But he's, like, not even 50.
No.
So, I feel like I'm interested to see what happens with him. I haven't really read any, like, feedback from if the players have came out and said anything.
I haven't seen anything like that. I mean, I don't think he'll have an issue finding a job.
No.
But people are like, there's rumors that he may head back to New England because he used to play for the Patriots.
Correct.
Hall of Famer for
Yes.
the Patriots.
But, 6 seasons is a lot, or 7.
6.
6 seasons is a lot. And so I'm sure the Titans are sending him on, I hope, like, respectfully. But yeah, that one was kind of shocking. And then Washington Commanders fire head coach Ron Rivera.
Not as shocking.
Not as shocking. The opposite of shocking. They finished the season 4-13. That is grounds for losing your job. I personally can't lose that often in my job and still take my job.
Correct.
Still have my job. So we say that all the time. Like, we couldn't not do our job and keep our job. And he didn't really do his job. So,
no.
Ron Rivera, peace and blessings.
Godspeed.
Wow. And then Atlanta Falcons fire Arthur Smith. So
this is... it's not crazy. Like, I expected it, but, like, how it all went down.
Yeah. Give us your rundown, Riggs.
Well, so they played their rivals, the Saints, in the regular season finale.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints won 48-17.
Yeah.
Went into the last minute and a half into victory formation, called an audible, ran the ball, and scored again.
Yeah.
So, like...
Because that... Who they gave the touchdown to, like... Did he need it for an incentive, or, like, he just hadn't scored?
He led the team in scoring last season, hadn't scored all season. So they were
it was more of, like, just, like, out of respect. It wasn't to hit an incentive.
Correct.
Okay.
Out of respect for him, out of disrespect for the Falcons. Yeah. This is a rival team. This is like the Chiefs versus the Bengals.
But it wasn't a coaching call.
No.
It was a player call.
But Arthur Smith, the Falcons head coach, didn't know that.
And had an absolute meltdown, yeah. embarrassing.
ran to the head coach of the Saints and was like, "That's fucking bullshit.
You know it."
Yeah. And the head coach just stood there and was like, "I know. I didn't call that."
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's come out that
who made the call? Because I watched
Jameis Winston,
and he was like, "I don't regret it," and he was like, that was a player decision, and he was like, they were gonna lose anyway.
Yeah,
I love that he was like, he literally cited the score, and he's like, "Did you think they were gonna come back?" Like,
yeah,
we did what we did, and it's like fine. I also love Jameis Winston.
I don't know how I feel.
Really?
Because like
I thought we talked about it, and you like him.
I like him.
Okay.
I don't know if I like this move.
Oh no, disrespectful move.
Yeah. Okay,
move, but
okay.
I do love Jameis Winston. I love his attitude. Like,
yeah.
I just love, like, and every time he speaks, like, I'm like,
yeah, he's silly.
He is silly, and he's like, he literally said, "Did you think they were gonna win? Like,
yeah,
why are people pressed?
Yeah,
like if you're gonna lose by that much, why does it matter if a victory formation trips you out?
Yeah,
but if you do watch the video, it is funny.
It is, but it's just sad.
Whatever,
but
you're losing.
I know,
like,
but it's just like
losers.
They're grown men.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that led, that in addition to Arthur Smith going 21-30 over 3 seasons led to him getting fired.
Yeah.
So, bye.
Bye.
He looks like Big Cat from Barstool, mixed with Will Ferrell.
I think you say Will Smith.
I almost said Will Smith, but Will Ferrell. Why did I say Ferrell? Oh my God. Arthur Smith.
Like Big Cat from Barstool mixed with Will Smith.
No, Big Cat mixed with Will Ferrell. Doesn't he?
Sure.
Okay. And then the most shocking firing, I think, of all happened later this afternoon. Seattle Seahawks fire Pete Carroll after 14 years as their head coach.
Yeah.
Came as a shock. He is the oldest football in NFL right now.
Yeah, so this is one, like I was saying, that I think you have outgrown your position. 72.
Yeah.
That's a veteran.
He brought them 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl win. Like, they announced today, it's like they are parting ways amicably. He's going to remain a part of the team as an advisor, whatever the fuck that means. I think that's like they're keeping him on the payroll.
Yes.
And he can just be on the sidelines.
And he is the vice president.
Yeah, of football operations, which I think is interesting.
That is interesting.
So he's part of the executive team and was the head football coach.
Yeah. But no, he is pretty old. 72 is like, there's people in homes that are 72.
He is also the only head coach to win a college national championship and a Super Bowl championship. Did you know that?
He's the only head coach to win a college national champion and a Super Bowl.
He won with Stanford and then the Seahawks.
That stat is crazy.
I know.
Pete Carroll.
So obviously, like, I've just seen like Pete Carroll clips all over Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
You're on Thirst Trap Pete Carroll TikTok.
Hell no. But
it's
wholesome.
Him walking out of the Seahawks tunnel. Slow-mo.
Wholesome
Big Boy by Rihanna.
No, but my favorite one that I saw was DK Metcalf's draft meeting. So before DK Metcalf got drafted, he walked into the meeting room shirtless. And so Pete Carroll shook his hand and then ripped off his shirt and was like, "Sup?"
Okay, cute.
It was so cute. And then he like looked at the camera and put his shirt back on.
So you really are on Pete Carroll Thirst Trap
so.
TikTok.
So yeah, it's crazy, shocking, came out of nowhere, but
I wouldn't say it came out of 72.
He said 2 days ago, he's like, "I'm not going anywhere." He said that 2 days ago.
So he thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think 72 is time to hang it up.
That's probably true. So that wraps up our coach firings.
Yeah, we hope all of them go on to do great things, or if you're Pete Carroll, you just retire and sit as a vice president and do some operations.
Do some advising. Crazy.
Go play a round of golf. Speaking of golf, the Tiger Woods for our third and final story.
Second story.
Second and not final story. Tiger Woods parts way with Nike. This was huge. Monumental. Absolutely huge.
Yeah. Do you know what's crazy is my dad called me like 3 weeks ago and was like, you guys need to talk about this tonight. There's rumors he's leaving. And I was like, that is such a bold rumor. We cannot talk about that until
Also,
it happens.
We're hitting the hard-hitting facts.
And I was like,
Rags.
that's never going to happen. And here we are this week.
I wasn't like super shocked by it for a multitude of reasons that I will like not touch on. I think a lot of it has to like do with some underlying politics.
Oh, yeah.
Not like literal politics.
Yeah.
So like whatever, but I still think like anytime something like this happens, to look back on everything Nike and Tiger Woods did together and just to look back on like it really is an end of an era.
Yeah.
And it is crazy. It's wild to think like it's just like, you know, when you think of a lot of Nike athletes, you think of them like synonymous with Nike. And so to sever those ties feels really wild.
Yeah, for sure. He signed with him right when he turned pro. So he was with the brand for 27 years. He signed a 10-year extension back in 2013 worth $200 million. So it just was time.
It is wild to me that Nike didn't, and maybe they did propose it and he said no. Like I said, I think a lot of it has some underlying politics, but a lifetime deal. It's wild that was never signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah.
You'd think back like after 20 years, it'd be like, okay, here's a lifetime deal.
Yeah, that is interesting. But he also has his like own Tiger Woods brand too, and he wears like FootJoy golf shoes.
Right, and he has his own course now.
Yeah, so I think he's just on different endeavors, but...
Well, yeah, and when you get as big as him, I mean, look at like the Jordan of it all, right? Like there's still going to be a Nike overarching umbrella, but he does have his own brand.
Yeah.
Once again, interesting to me that wasn't presented within.
Yeah. That is very interesting now that you say that. I mean, I just think there's nothing that can ever touch like the traditional red Nike shirt, right, black pants, polo, black hat. Like there's just no way.
Yeah.
That'll always be iconic.
That photo that Nike posted where it was like what around, or
yeah.
Did it say what around Tiger or
something like that?
Yeah. We posted it, but I mean, Nike design is pretty good, if I do say so myself. But yeah, so, end of an era.
Truly. He hasn't really announced what he's doing moving forward, but I mean, he's got, like we said, lots of endeavors he could go down. So, who knows?
I love that he like had a nod to Phil Knight in his statement.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But yeah, so Tiger broke up with Nike.
Aww. Tough.
All right, and our third and final story, Ja Morant is no longer back.
It's so sad.
It is sad. So the Memphis Grizzlies announced on Monday that their star Ja Morant will undergo season-ending shoulder surgery for a torn labrum. He was featured in the game. He was shown in the game last night, sitting, and it just is sad. It like is sad. When someone was suspended for as long as he was, and then had that crazy back in action moment, and then now it's like getting taken away again. It sucks.
I know. He came off of a 25 game suspension, and then in the 9 games that he played, he led the Grizzlies to 6 wins, averaging 25 points and 8 assists per game. So he was like so back.
Yeah.
And now he's not. And he posted on Instagram, the caption was like, sick of going back to back. And it was like, or like back soon. Yeah. The emojis. Sad.
Yeah. He tweeted something about like, there's some depressing.
He said waiting for the sun to come out.
Oh yeah, that's sad. But the Grizzlies played great, from what I saw.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole game, but yeah. So let's see if they won. I should probably.
Yeah, they said that like in an emotional team meeting on Tuesday, which I'm sure he just was like, stay locked in, keep going. I mean, what else could you say? Like,
keep going,
fuck.
Guys.
Sucks.
All right. The honorable mention story is a pretty big one, but we had already had our 3 stories when this did come out
this
today.
broke tonight.
Nick Saban of Alabama retires.
That is the shock of the year to me.
Yes, 100%.
Saw none of it coming.
Yeah. He is the GOAT.
probably are like the best football coach of all time.
Right. Just a little bit of information if you're not familiar with Nick Saban. He was Alabama's head coach, led them to 6 national championships. He did have one with LSU prior, but basically like a generous handful of incredible NFL stars came from this guy's wing, came from underneath this guy's wing. So we've got Jalen Hurts, Tua, Bryce Young, Mac Jones, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. The list is honestly endless.
That's insane.
It's crazy. And not only that, the assistant coaches that went on to be head coaches of, college programs and the NFL. I mean, this man has an incredible legacy and clearly was building people.
Yeah.
And I think that's especially the romantic side of football, like we keep talking about. It's just awesome to like that he goes on to build these guys to be like the best. And then also with his coaching staff, makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
I was at the gym tonight when they were playing like a little tribute to him and I was like, am I gonna cry?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm not an Alabama girl at all.
No.
But it is just really cool.
It's hard not to be a Nick Saban. I mean, the transfer portal is going to go fucking nuts.
That transfer portal is about to go crazy.
Shedeur Sanders tweeted, Alabama players hit my line. Okay.
Hit my line.
So, I mean, just to give, like Vic's named off a laundry list of star players, there's 35 players starting in the playoffs this weekend that played under Nick Saban. Just like...
That is... When you go to bed at night and you're Nick Saban, you're like, my work here is done.
I've truly done all I can do.
Yeah, he's awesome. All right, well, once again, Godspeed to Nick Saban.
Yeah, that wraps up our top 4 stories of the
3
week.
plus an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Which honestly...
Should have been a headliner, but it dropped.
We can only do what we can do.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
We're human. We're just girls. We're literally just girls. All right, well, we're going to go into our final sponsor before our walkout fit of the week and our interview.
Yeah.
All right, our walkout fit of the week and Glow Up 101 interview are brought to you by Waterboy. Replenish after a long weekend with a stick of Waterboy. Formulated with electrolytes and vitamins, this hydrating drink mix helps reduce nausea and fatigue and helps you chill out after a weekend out. Each stick of Waterboy is vegan, has 0 sugar, and includes 3 times electrolytes and vitamins than its competitors. The original Weekend Recovery is available in strawberry lemonade and blue raspberry flavors with the newest Athletic Recovery and lemon lime. So whether it's from working out or going out, reach for Waterboy. You can use code FORTHEGIRLS for 15% off at checkout.
And in this era, not so much the going out, but it's the working out.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of working out...
First, we have our walkout fits of the week.
First, we have our walkout fits of the week, and then we're going to speak about working out.
Yes.
All right, mine is Stefon Diggs in his jorts.
Yeah, I mean, he never misses.
I typed jorts twice.
George shorts.
He has jorts and then a Louis Vuitton kind of like rugby shirt-esque.
His was Louis Vuitton too.
Yeah, we're Louis girls today.
Oh my god.
You're Louis back to back because you did LeBron and Louis last week.
Oh shit. Cute.
Are you sponsored? Is this an ad?
I would sell my soul to be sponsored by that. So sure. No, but that fit is crazy. I love seeing what he's gonna come up with. What will he come up with next?
Yeah, I just love Stefon Diggs.
Yeah. Always.
I dig Stefon Diggs.
Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe it took us 34 episodes to make that joke.
Is it 34? I said 33 earlier.
Well, it's 34. Okay. But last week I kept saying 32, and Chloe's like, it's 33. Okay, well, my fit of the week, Norris has finally licked that peanut butter thing clean. He's like, Mom, I did it. I can't get the West. He's like, that was good, though. Thank you so much.
I come out during the girls.
Okay, there we go. So if you hear Norris, let him live.
Yeah, he's just eating peanut butter out of
He's literally just a dog.
Yeah. I'm literally just a dog mom trying her best.
Yeah.
A single mom that works 2 jobs and loves her dog and never stops.
Never stops.
That song... 3 jobs.
That song slaps. That show slaps.
I've never seen Reba.
Oh, you have to watch it. It's
So
maybe
good.
this weekend when we're doing nothing besides drinking our mocktails
On Friday.
we can watch Reba.
Okay, so my fit of the week is Derrick Henry, and what ended up being his farewell fit to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
He is also in Louis Vuitton. It is a denim set that's like a checkered denim print.
Yeah, love it.
Stunning. And then he's got little glasses on. You know, the works. But really, it's like the matching set.
Yeah, love.
So, he be dressing.
He be dressing. Okay, and now in place of our breakdown segment, as we've mentioned, we have the first of our interview series for our Glow Up 101, and it is our resident fitness girlie, Edith Cruz. We encourage you to follow along. She has a fitness program that she talks about in the interview, and we'll link all of that as well, so you can just go to our Instagram and find all of her information. She's a great follow, even if you aren't going to participate in the program. And we're obsessed. So we know you will be too. And
enjoy.
This is Fitness for the Girls.
Cute. Edith, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Name 3 Players. We are pumped to have you as our first. You actually are our first official guest. So this is
really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
We're so happy to have you. We appreciate you doing this for us. So girls, as we mentioned, we're having our Glow Up 101 series this month. Edith is our first guest, and she's going to be, taking us through her fitness journey and everything. So Edith, if you want to just start off by giving us like a brief overview of who you are, how you became an expert in your field, everything.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Kansas City and I live now in LA. I moved to LA to dance professionally. Like I wasn't going to dance at all, but started a women's empowerment confidence building program. Raegan, I know you've taken many classes from those, and we've had so much fun there. And then I just felt like developed my love for dance. So go to LA, and I have this list of like bucket list jobs, and I do it in like 2 to 3 years, and it's like, oh my gosh, okay, like what now? I can continue living my dream. I can continue doing this, but I feel like I have a greater purpose to serve, which is continuing to help women be confident and like help them with all that journey. So that's how I started getting into fitness, mostly because I just wanted to build stamina with rehearsals. Like these shows be no joke, like 2-hour shows, back to back and all that stuff. So I started my fitness journey literally 1 year ago, and I was like, okay, if I can help women be confident in a dance heel, I can definitely help them move their bodies like in the gym, right? And just be that bitch, So, I naturally just wanted to learn about it. I wanted to be about it as I was dancing. I was also working out, and then, that's when I decided to do a trial program. And the ladies of my trial program for this program that I'm going to talk about later, they really pushed me to learn more about this. So I still very consider myself kind of newer in the field, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction, and it's been going good.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we met through the dance scene in Kansas City, and you moved like probably a year after we had met, I would say, but like your journey has transitioned. Like I follow all your jobs and everything, but watching you transition to this fitness professional and everything, I was like, she knows what she's doing. Like you've tapped into the right group and everything, because like if you can ever be in a room with Edith, like she is your biggest motivator. So tapping into this, you've made me feel confident in a heel and confident in a gym. So
you already know.
Exciting.
We here.
So you kind of touched on this a little bit, but if you want to just like dive deeper into, what made you develop a passion for helping women specifically meet their fitness goals?
Yeah, it wasn't always like that, right? It definitely started out as a dance class, just my desire to help women. But it wasn't until a few months into me teaching, a few people would hit me up like on DM or text or even in person and said, Edith, like what you said in class, or what you said, made me feel so good. I like quit my job and moved to a city. I said, hold on. I didn't tell you to do all that. Okay. Do you got a job lined up? I didn't tell you to go broke, honey. But what I say that to say is that the impact that I guess was creating at that time was crazy. I'm like, okay, if I can really impact somebody's life like this, like I want to help more people do that, specifically women, because we deserve it. It's not that, I can't help men or anything like that, but it's just we deserve it, and we deserve to shine, because I feel like always along the lines, we're always told that we can't do something because of, our job description, or, if we're a mom, if we have certain jobs. No, girl, like we can do it all. Okay. And you can be sexy still. Like you can still be sexy, and so that's how my love just kind of kept going, is hearing the messages and stuff. I'm like, if I wake up and I feel bad, I'm like, dang, okay, somebody out there is waiting for me to post something, or be motivational or something. So I got to do it. Because I feel like some people are called for a greater purpose, and if you're called to do something, then you must do it, right? So yeah.
So with your, the program that we're going to touch on more in depth here in a second, and I was a part of the trial program, so grateful to be a part of that too. So, and there were, I think, a lot of women in there that were kind of either getting back into the fitness scene or had started a fitness journey for the first time. So like, what's your advice to somebody like the girls, if they're listening, that want to start their fitness journey, but like may feel intimidated by that process itself?
Yeah. I think how most people become intimidated about something is because of their lack of knowledge. But if you're given the tools clear as day, you will succeed, right? And it's just taking that step. So I think even just the idea of giving somebody this program to tell you what to do, it's a 4-week program. After the 4-week program is done, you're going to know what to do. You're going to know to go in the gym. You're going to know what weights to pick up. You're going to know what body parts what muscle groups you're working. You're going to know what food. You're going to know how your mind needs to be prepared for this day ahead. It's such a mental thing too, which I know you and I talked about that so much. It's like, you have to be mentally prepared to a healthy lifestyle, because it is hard. Like, this shit is hard. You can't just wake up and drink your water, wake up early, get your goals. Like, I'm tired, bitch. Like, I'm tired. And I would say to them, be patient with yourself and understand that whatever is going to come from you is going to be amazing, because it's coming from you. And even though you feel like you're moving backwards, progress is still progress. Whether you feel like you're moving back, you might just be taking a detour, but progress is progress, period. I feel like a lot of people quit before they even see progress. So those who are consistent enough to have faith in themselves and believe that they can cross that, they got it. Just keep going. Like, bad results, keep going. Good results, keep going. Great results, keep going. Keep going. It's definitely the message, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I learned, like, from you and from the other women in the trial program, that like people were sick, like it's flu season, people have children, people have 17,000 jobs, and it's like, every single day may not look the same, but like you were always there to be like, okay, maybe not today, but you got it tomorrow, or like start fresh next week, or do what works for you, because like you said, like you have to show it for yourself, and then you'll be able to like stay consistent and everything.
1,000%. Like, I always tell people too, like, you can start over as many times as you want. You like had a bad day, start tomorrow. There is no coulda, woulda, shoulda ever. You just pick up the next day, because you could shoulda, coulda, woulda till next year and 5 years from now. But you do it now. I always say, like, just people always say, I don't really say this quote, but I hear it all the time. It's like, you get 1% better each day. I translate it in a way of like, if you build momentum, just small steps every day, and never break that momentum, you're going to be golden.
Yeah, for sure. So, if the girls aren't familiar with Edith, she is kind of a woman of all trades. She's a professional dancer, a fitness professional. You have a full-time job on top of all of this, don't you?
just freelance right now. So basically full time, to be honest.
Yeah, and Vic is like that too. She totally understands that sector. So how do you balance it? Like you have so much on your plate. So how do you keep a set fitness routine for yourself? And kind of what advice would you give to girls that also have so much on their plate?
Yeah, what really helped me is using my calendar. I never really took my calendar seriously until I had to take it seriously. It's like, oh my gosh, just being efficient with your time. I personally, my energy is at its peak in the morning. So I started waking up between like 5 or 6 a.m. just to relieve any guilt of like, okay, if I wake up at 8 or 9, that's fine too. But there's a certain time in the day from like 5 to 8 a.m. where nobody bothers you. You get no emails, nobody's calling you, no cat, like nothing. It's just you. And it's the best time to get things done or start out for your day. And that time really, it's a sacrifice because who the fuck wants to wake up at 5 a.m.? But you get to set your day and set out your clothes for the day. I never even thought that I would get as close as to like setting out my clothes for each event because it's like, boom, grab it. You get to meal prep. I physically pray for God to stretch my capacity for my work ethic. And if I don't do that or keep that at the forefront, I feel like I will fail. And not fail, but I feel like I won't go to my highest capacity of what I can do throughout the day. It's as simple as making a plan and sticking to it because you're never going to be guilty. You know, it's like you can say, I want to cross off 10 things of my to-do list. But if you switch your perspective and say, I was productive for 5 hours today and I took breaks too, that's a win. And I just took off a lot of pressure from myself. And once I did that and realized it's really not a fucking big deal, then, you know, things are going to flow. I also used to have this like hustle or die mentality. And the more I did that, the more sick I would get. And the more I attracted bad things to me. So it was a trial and error process where I was like, okay, I can be productive here as long as I take a break here. Time blocking and just being organized and being on top of things really, really helped me for sure. And still learning.
Yeah. I wish Vic was here to hear that because we had this conversation similar to this on our episode last week of like our ins and outs. And one of my ends for the year was taking more time for myself. And she's like, put that in your calendar, like literally schedule time, put it in your calendar. And I was like, I really need to get on that calendar. So what keeps you motivated to get to the gym when you have the excuse of being busy or like just on like you've had a show or a job and you're like, okay, I just did this physical activity for a whole weekend, 2 hours at a time. Like, how do you give yourself the motivation to complete a workout, to get to the gym, or just to like give yourself some grace and rest too?
Yeah, for sure. It's as a dancer whose job, like I get paid to sweat and like it's a physically demanding job. And it's hard. I'm not even going to lie to you. I am still trying to find a balance between being a professional dancer and also finding time to obviously strength train, but strength training is the reason why I have improved in my dance ability. So I try to definitely keep it as 50-50 as I can. For me, it always works to work out in the morning and then get the rest of my day through. When I travel, I'm not even gonna hold you. I never make it, girl. I never make it to that hotel gym. I would like to. I bring all my clothes, sneakers, everything, girl. I'd like to think. And I get there. You get there after that long flight, and you have a show tomorrow. You're like, no. But it's that balance. It's that rest part. And I always make sure I'm like, okay, if I'm not gonna do that, I'll do a little extra during the week, and I'll just eat better. So, you know, it's definitely a consistent cycle of trying to find that balance, but I feel like I'm doing a great job. And I'm proud of it, honey.
Yeah. Do you ever like feel that guilt, or like if you do, how do you combat that, or what would you tell the girls who may feel that guilt for not getting that workout done that day?
Yeah, it is hard because as much as what I'm about to say right now, I still feel it too. I think it goes to everything. If you don't do what you said you were gonna do, working out, whatever, you're gonna feel guilty. Um, but it's like what I was saying earlier. I feel like sometimes we want to go hard all the time. Even on our rest days, we're like, I still have to eat clean. I still gotta da, da, da. If you completely let yourself just like breathe and like relax your shoulders and know that you have a day or two to do whatever you want, I feel like if you think about it in that perspective, it's going to be easier to be 100% on the days that you want to be 100 instead of like being mediocre for 7 days in a row. You really can perform high and you can, girl, eat your burger or whatever the fuck you want to do and watch Netflix, and that's cool too. As long as you have both of those in the week, that's awesome. And it's just about organizing your time of when I'm going to do this, when am I going to indulge, and when am I not going to. And I always say too, if you don't have time to make it to the gym, you are what you eat. You can 100% control what you put in your body. You can 100% control how much water you drink or what your portions are, whatever guidelines you give yourself to your quote unquote diet. It can always be a positive thing. You really can control.
On the same like wavelength, what advice would you give to girls who like may be on a fitness journey but just like are feeling defeated, whether it be lack of results, unsure of how to eat, all of that? Like if they can't get to the gym and they feel defeated, what's your advice?
Yeah. At the very beginning of the challenge, I tell them to write down their why, right? So this is a 4-week challenge and they should have one goal. It's a physical goal or it's a mental goal, but just one. There is a reason why you chose this. A reason, either a friend told you about the program, you want to do the program again, you heard about it on social media, whatever. There's a reason that you did it, to feel good, to get your redemption body back, to get your postpartum baby back, whatever it is. There's a reason that you did. And I always encourage these girls to write that down in big, juicy, thick ass letters, somewhere where you can see it on your nightstand, in your car, your bathroom sink. The days that it is going to get hard, because this will get hard, you have to remember why you did this. Because the secret is in the feeling. If you feel excited because you're like, at the end of the 4 weeks, I'm going to feel stronger. At the end of this 4 weeks, I'm going to feel more resilient. If you channel that inner feeling, you like the motivation it will be more likely to kick in. Everybody's different, but as long as you remember your why is always going to keep you going. And yeah, you also deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like self-love is the highest form of, like, self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. How much do you love yourself to do this? So if you remind yourself of why you want to do it, you're more than likely gonna do it, Yeah.
Switching gears here, what would you say is the ideal workout split for busy girls?
Yeah. So this is not in the program, but if you're a busy girl, honestly, I would do 3 days a week, one upper body day, one lower body day, and one cardio and abs day. You hit all the targets, you hit all your muscle groups, you're still getting your cardio in, you're still getting your strength training in. I think it's the perfect beginner. Even for the program, let's say like you buy the program and you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're good. You're literally good, because you have lower body, upper body, you have a full body day, chilling. You can mix it up home and gym. All you really need is a set of dumbbells and a yoga mat, and you could really go crazy,
It doesn't seem quite as daunting. And I kind of feel like as women, we forget to give ourselves the grace to be like, just do what you can, work up to what you want to do. But like, it's nice to hear that like 3 days a week is all you need to take to get yourself started.
Yeah, for sure. And, I put the 5-day workout split because if you aim for 5, you're going to get 4, right? If you aim for 4, you're going to get 3. And 3 is solid as a beginner. And if you aim for 5, then period, you better go ahead, right? But right, for the sake of the program, for the sake of having a structure, that's, what I chose. But yeah, 3 to 4 days, you'll be good. You'll be good.
Let's go ahead and talk about like your program. Where can the girls find it? How can they sign up for it? What is it? All of that stuff.
Yeah, so it is a 4-week beginner's guide to building your dream body, right? I call it build not bot because we are building our dream body. Is it going to make you achieve your wildest dreams in 4 weeks? Realistically, not for the average person, which is why I stress that it is a Kickstarter guide. Some girls are going to see a physical transformation within the 4 weeks. Most of the girls are going to see a mental transformation, which is really what it's designed to do. It's designed to help you just level up and just be better. In the group chat this morning, today was day 1, I asked everybody, what was your main goal? Everybody mostly said something along the lines of, I just want to do better. That is like the ultimate goal. Okay. Where can they find it? Okay. TheEdithCruz.com. The Edith, my first name, Cruz, my last name.com. We are starting the challenge today. Today is the day, January 8th. But I only structure it like that because it needs to be tangible, right? There needs to be a start date and an end date. Realistically, you can join whenever. There is about 10, 15 girls who joined today, and we're getting them caught up. And that's fine. There's a few girls who already joined the program, are in the Facebook group, they're set up, they have their stuff, but they're not starting until next week. So this is an ongoing thing. This is supposed to help you kickstart your journey. So yeah, you can purchase it whenever. It will live on the internet, on my website forever until I do the next cool thing. I don't know. But for now, this is it, girl. And you should really buy it. But it is, so it has, I'll just kind of run through everything that it has. So it's 4 weeks of your choice of home workouts, split between 5 days, Monday through Friday. You rest on Saturday and Sunday. However, you can structure it however you'd like. It's dedicated to hit all the muscle groups. We're doing glutes, back and buys, triceps, all like push day, pull day. We're doing all the stops. That is going to be a modified version if you want to do the 4 weeks of gym. So that is a bit more machine based. You are going to do dumbbells, but you are going to be playing scavenger hunt around the gym, getting acclimated with the machines and stuff because it's very machine heavy. You can also do the home workouts in the gym. It's however you want to do. So that's those 2 programs. There is a full nutrition breakdown for vegans and non-vegans, 2 grocery lists to help you out. If you struggle with meal prepping, there is a meal prep guide just to kind of help you figure out, get my grocery list, plan my meal, cook and portion. When am I cooking? When am I portioning? How many meals should I plan? I'm not going to plan 10 meals and have them go bad. You want to be excited about your meals. Maybe you just cook 3 to 4 meals at a time and then you prep again. Like it doesn't have to be once a week. You really can do whatever you want, but there is a guide for that. A full supplement breakdown, breaking down your protein, supplements, creatine, your greens, all of that, and as well as my recommendations. There is a full manifestation and workbook guide to help you decide on a goal, physical or mental goal that you want at the end of the 4 weeks. And there's prompts to help you, okay, what is the goal? Is it specific enough? How can I get there? How can I change my mindset to actually make this happen? The first part about completing any goal, I think in my opinion, is the belief. If you believe that you can do it, girl, you're going to do it. Now let's work on creating that schedule and that structure and stuff. Those are all the main parts of it. Each workout has a video demonstration as well as voiceover explaining form, just to kind of help you. Sometimes in the videos, I explain what a bad form is to help you see, okay, what do I look like? What does she look like? Make sure we look the same. There is a calorie section where if I want to gain weight, this is what you need to do, girl. Oh my God, Edith, I want to lose weight. Okay, this is what you need to do then, right? And I'd say that too with the amount of reps and stuff when we get to the actual workout section. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good balance, and it equals out to $1.50 a day for the full month. So I think that it's worth it for the price. It's at $4.99 $49.99 now. And I think it's really good for $10 a week for 4 weeks. I really think it's worth it for sure.
Yeah. And like I've said, I was a part of the trial. I'm doing this second round. Well, technically round 1 for the girls, but I get to do it again. And it's like, I've done a lot of fitness programs. I've had trainers, but like this truly is like the most comprehensive guide I've worked with. And I think it, like, for the girls that like need to get their nutrition up, like there's all the answers you need there. The girls that like have never stepped foot in the gym, like the
Right.
video guide you touched on, like how to do it at home if you're intimidated or can't make it that day. Like it truly has everything. And for $49.99, like shocks me. Like that is incredible. So, I mean, girls, I would tell you to just run to theedithcruz.com and do it because you won't regret it. The amount of stuff that you get out of it for what you put in is like far beyond. So, okay, well, kind of to wrap us up here, like if you could give the girls one thing to remind themselves when they're trying to glow up this month, this year, when it comes to fitness, what would it be?
Yeah. I would say as simply as you are doing great. You're doing fine. You're doing good. And celebrate that. Celebrate yourself. You're doing great. If you don't feel like you're doing great, you better write down all the, like, think about what you did. You're doing great. A lot of us always forget that we are doing good. We're doing good. We're doing so good. And it's important to recognize that in order to release yourself of any guilt so you can move forward, because you can't move forward if you're stuck in the past. If you're living in the past, shoulda, coulda, woulda land is never going to move you forward. So you're doing great, girl. You're doing fucking good. So keep the fuck going. Okay.
I'm going to put that on a loop and just like play it whenever I need to hear it.
It really is that simple.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. We were literally honored to have you on as our very first guest on Name 3 Players. Tell the girls where they can find you, where they can follow you, how, again, about your website, all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's going to be The Edith Cruz on all platforms. I'm mostly on Instagram. My website, also theedithcruz.com, TikTok as well. Yeah, those are my main platforms. I'm super active on IG. I'm super easily reachable on there. So if you guys ever have any questions or if anybody needs anything, I'm always there. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we love it. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this and share your fitness journey with the girls. I know they're going to love it and they're pumped to hear you. So this is so fun.
Thank you, ladies. This was amazing.
Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night.
You.
Bye. Bye.
All right, well, that was Edith. Thank you so much, Edith, for being on the show with us. Chloe and I had a blast. Vic was sad to miss it. She got pulled into a work thing. But, I mean, if you can't tell already, like, she's just a force to be reckoned with. She's going to do really great things, and she just talks about how to balance it all.
I mean, I wasn't in the interview, but I'm obsessed.
Yeah,
so
she's great. So thank you, Edith. But to wrap us up,
as always, we have our walk-up songs of the week, along with our Glow Up 101 fitness segment, Fitness for the Girls with Edith. We did curate a special playlist of kind of our, like, not just our favorite workout songs, because we've done that, but it's our favorite songs to get us, like, going in the glow up era for 2024. Yeah. So you'll have that while, like, right after you listen to this podcast, put that on, and your ass is going to be in the gym before you know it.
Exactly.
Raegan, do you want to take it away?
I do.
Oh, God. I knew this was coming. I knew it.
Do you not like this song?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
But you've just been hyping it up a lot.
Oh, yeah. So mine is off that list. It's BGC, or Bad Girls Club, by Flo Milli. And it's just, like, such a bop. Like, that'll make you feel good things whenever you put it on, though.
Yeah,
so.
it is. It's a good song. Mine isn't one song. Raegan made fun of me earlier because normally we literally just write the song and the artist, and mine's a sentence. But I've just been revisiting the entire Lemonade album, and every single track hits. And that is Beyonce, obviously.
Truly.
So, no, I haven't been cheated on recently, but it just goes so hard.
If you had to pick a song, right now.
If I had to pick, okay, Formation, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what's on the
That's
playlist.
on Lemonade.
Yeah.
Whoa. Crazy.
Yeah. Formation is what's on the playlist, and that's what made me think of like plugging this now. But I also love Freedom with Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, incredible album and incredible woman, and I love those songs.
Yeah.
And the album, top to bottom, like you can listen to that at the gym from
Yeah.
top to bottom.
Yep.
It's a work.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was episode 34. We appreciate you tuning in to this week's episode of Name 3 Players. We release new episodes every Friday and cover the hard-hitting stories. And this month, we are glowing up.
Yep.
You can listen to our episodes on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and YouTube and stay up to date on all that's happening around the sports world between episodes. And for more information on NTB events and sponsorships, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Name 3 Players, all spelled out. And finally, you can listen to all of our walk-up songs of the week and special curated playlists like our Glow Up 101 for the girls by following us on Spotify at Name 3 Players as well.
Yep.
All right.
That covers everything.
Once again, thank you, Edith, for joining us. We loved that. And we hope you have a great weekend
For the girls. Bye.
Bye.